The passport bros sometimes can be mischaracterized. I've heard different women say that they are just going abroad to try to find women to control, that these men don't know how to get along with women, that they're crazy, that they're pedos, you know, all the different shaming that we've heard. And I don't agree. I mean, I've said before that I am a supporter of men going wherever they need to go to find options that work for them. But like any movement, there's going to be honest actors, there are going to be men who are upright, there's going to be individuals that are trying to do the right thing, and then there's also going to be a group of individuals who use that movement as an excuse to not deal with their own personal trauma. So I came across 2 TikTok videos that went viral, and while they were made in jest and were meant to be humorous, they actually speak to some deeper issues that men within the passport bro movement have started to call out. Take a look.
So how can we make men happy?
Just respect us. How can we make women happy?
Buy me food, give me money, more money, pay my bills, respect me, post me, do my nails, vacations, buy me shoes, body bags. Don't cheat, oh, don't cheat. Don't cheat, oh, don't cheat.
Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up.
So what stood out to me about both of those videos is how the men were being treated. A big complaint from the passport bros is that modern women in the West, are hyper-masculine, they are hard to get along with, they have bad attitudes, and they don't value family. And so men who feel this way will go abroad to try to find more traditionally minded women who value family. And so it's interesting that while both of the black men in that video dated and married other cultures, we still see them in those videos being emasculated. And y'all already know that if the women in both of those videos were black women, oh, we would have seen all kinds of SYSBM grab the passports. But it's interesting that while the men in those videos actually did that, they actually did SYSBM, they actually did grab the passports, they were still being treated in an emasculating way. Before I weigh in, Dennis Spurling, I think, does a really good job of breaking down this dynamic and how even when there are some men who date and marry out, they can still find themselves being emasculated and treated in ways that are very disrespectful. Check it out.
You got your passport. All y'all got your passports. But if you're going to be simps here in the United States, just like, and then you're going to be simps in Brazil, pretty soon those women are going to be running over you and punking you and calling you out your name in public. They do it. There are men down there who get treated like that. Here are the consequences. Look at our community now. We don't have a community. We don't have family. You ain't go to Thanksgiving. You're not going to Christmas. You can't get along with your family. You don't like it. They're disrespectful. Is that what you want? You are going to export the same simp behavior overseas. If you go over there with these same queen mother goddess simp chips, this same behavior, this complicit, low self-esteem, I'm less than a man behavior. You're men. You need to act like men. Y'all need to all channel y'all not inner Nigerian fathers. Okay? If you don't know a Nigerian, I want each and every one of you black men to go meet you a 65 to 70-year-old Nigerian man, and they will teach you how to run your house. But we can't have this, fella. This is out of pocket. I tell you guys all the time, we're better together. It's a lot you can learn from African culture. And so when there's weak men, right, you get strong women because they have to fill that gap. The main problem that exists between black men and black women in this country is not love, it's respect. We don't need them to respect. We don't need them to love us. The Bible says what? What is the command of the wife? It says the husband. Respect. You commanded to love her. She's commanded to respect you. She doesn't fear you and she doesn't respect you. And that's why she does all this, because there's no consequences because she knows she got you pumped. I'm not telling you men to get control of your families and control of your life and be immoral. I tell guys all the time, and I pray this prayer all the time for myself. I asked the Most High to let me be the moral leader of my family. The moral leader of my family. What does that mean? I'm not cheating. You see what I'm saying? I'm not out here gambling. I'm not drinking. I don't have no side chicks, none of that. And the reason I don't do that is because I want to maintain the moral authority, so I can tell people what to do from a righteous position. You got it. You cannot be p-whooped, and you can't let these women control you. Greatest example. Look at our Bible. Look what happened to Adam when he let his woman persuade him. They lost
look
paradise.
how that turned out.
Look what happened to Samson. He was the strongest man. He let this little turn up chick get him out of his secrets. They gave me. Look at the smartest man, King Solomon. He went with all them wayward women and lost his mind and his kingdom and his riches. So it lets you know if you let a woman get that much control over you and that much influence over you, it will destroy you. And that's what we see happening to the black man in the United States. So my passport bros, when you export this overseas, recognize, man, you need to work on your own emotional simping, because the same thing that'll happen over there, that happened here over the past 30 or 40 years will happen over there.
I really could not have said it better myself. Both women and men have a lot of learning and unlearning to do. Many of us were the product of broken families. Many of us were the product of, maybe mothers who said the right thing, maybe mothers who were overbearing or controlling, dads who were absent or overbearing or controlling. A lot of people come from broken families, men and women included. Every person has an individual responsibility to do whatever work is necessary to make sure that when they do date and marry and settle down, that they are prepared, not just financially, but also psychologically and emotionally, so that they don't recreate the problems that they are trying to escape from. And so I would not say that black men as a collective are just all going abroad to simp and all going abroad to just try to take advantage of women. I really think that that is a mischaracterization of the movement. But like any movement, there are going to be those individuals of men who are bad actors or who don't want to deal with their own trauma. And so I also think it's important that men continue to also hold men accountable and try to set healthy standards about how to do so in a healthy way. And also, if you're a woman and you do not like the Passport Bros, you totally don't agree with it, you think the whole thing is a complete scam, I would first encourage you to try to listen. Spend a little bit of time to listen to them before you totally shut the movement out. I understand it can be frustrating, and I understand it can even be triggering if you see so many men going around talking about how horrible women are. I mean, that is triggering. If you can get past that and start to just listen to some of the complaints, to some of the feedback, I think that there are some very, very legitimate concerns. And so, like any movement, not everything's going to be perfect. Not everyone's going to be perfect. There's going to be individuals there who are toxic, and there's also going to be individuals there who have very valid things to say. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, and try to be open-minded. And especially if you do want to settle down and find a husband, and you are a woman in the West, I absolutely do believe that it is possible to do so. And I actually think in some ways you have more of an opportunity to stand out in the midst of a culture that has 3 or 4. So if that interests you, follow me on this page. We talk a lot about femininity, how to be a wife series, where I talk with different wives and different women who very much are not in line with mainstream culture and are excited and passionate about raising God-fearing families, living their life before God, and living in a way that they think that's going to be honorable to their family and their community. That's what we're about here. So if that resonates with you, or if that is what you want to be about, follow me in this channel and we will talk about and learn about how to do so together. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.